কি নাম? একটু হেল্প করতে পারো? ভালো ছিল, একটু যত্ন করতে পারো।
Now you are the host.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Hello, Farah. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, has everyone joined? Shall we begin?
Yes, ma'am. You can start the class because only Urja is not there, so we can't wait for so long because everybody is here now.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, for a shorter time, can I ask all of you to please switch on your camera so that we can have an interaction? If you all are comfortable. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for switching on your cameras. Farah, you can also put it on so that.
Ma'am, actually, I'm not well.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope I am audible and visible clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am, you are. Good evening.
Good evening. So, how are you all?
Very well. Just a regular ordinary day. How have you been, ma'am?
It's good because today is actually a Tribals Day celebration. You all might be aware, right? It's World Tribes Day. So it was a holiday at our place. So I was just enjoying.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be having a small, is a glimpse of what we have, a quick recap of what we have covered in our last class. Before I begin with a quick revision, I wanted to ask you one thing. Have you all like checked your Google Classrooms? Like all of you have access to GCR?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So have you checked the WHOQOL and some other BDI, etc.? The document I have uploaded. Are you able
Yes,
to?
I've seen that, ma'am. You have done that.
Okay, so actually what we will be using those tools. So because the screen limitation is also with us now, henceforth I have already provided you with the document. So at your place you can also operate it and we can follow it by like I'll be doing on my PC and you will be checking it on your Windows or something. Okay, so and one more thing, the day before yesterday in our last class we had a classroom activity where we discussed about the general personal general effectiveness scale, and only one person, I guess Varsha right, is she here? Yeah, so you were the one only, I guess, who have turned in. Others haven't turned in the work. So was it like
Actually,
just
ma'am,
because
I did not know that we were supposed to submit it. I thought we were just supposed to discuss it in the class. I think I missed that.
we can do that. We can do that. We can do it. I have no. It's all right.
Actually,
Okay.
I also
Let
found
me
it out
begin
very
with.
late that it has to be uploaded there. I was trying that and then I saw that, oh, it has to be uploaded here. It was like that.
Because Farah has already mentioned it in like due date.
Yes,
I also
due date
thought it.
over that.
So, but there was due date now. That's why I was thinking, okay, let it might be possible कि आप लोग उसको upload कर दे तो better होगा. It's just that.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, it's all right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so is the screen visible?
No, not yet.
Is the screen visible?
It's going to come up. I think we can't see anything written there. Is it a blank screen?
No, it is the presentation screen.
No,
It is
no,
not yet
not yet.
open.
The message
Not
is
yet.
only showing that you have started screen sharing, but we are not able to view or see anything.
Okay. Let me try once again.
Hello, Ayushi, what happened? Hello, Farah, what happened?
Yes, sir. So she's rejoining. So some network problem is there.
Okay. Farah, you can request Ayushi to get the PPT so that you can share the PPT now.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm doing that only, sir. She's sending me.
Otherwise, time is killing. Na?
Farah, I have mailed you my presentation. Can you please share the screen?
Ma'am, I haven't got your PPT in email. I got your PPT on WhatsApp. Is that the same PPT?
Farah, I have
Can I
mailed you recently.
recently? Okay, ma'am. Let me just check because I haven't got. Yes, ma'am. Now I got it. Okay. Ma'am, you have to make me host.
You are. Thank you, Farah. Just zoom it a bit.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Just screen, like full screen. Okay, thank you so much, Farah. So just because we were supposed to recap what we have discussed so far. So can you just quickly start from the beginning? I am audible and visible to everyone. Just yes or no would work for me. Hello.
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you're
you are
audible.
audible.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. And I'm really sorry for this glitch. I don't know why it happened. So the next slide, please, Sarah. Okay, so we discussed in last class about what actually applied psychometrics is and what psychometry in general mean. We discussed about what psychometrics is all about. We talked about 16PF. We talked about how we are utilizing the psychometrics in our testing methods and methodologies. We also discussed how the psychological attributes differentiate from the objectivity and ranging from the objectivity to the subjectivity. We also discussed about what all attributes can be objectified, what are the ways to go for the objectifications in the psychological attributes. The next slide, Farah. Then later on, we discussed how this term has been coined. We know that it was a Greek term, which means the measuring the mind. So we tried to assign values, certain values as per certain rules to the attributes, and that's how we measured the attributes. Next slide. This was the 16PF example we took. Next. Discussed about the differences between the psychometrics and applied psychometrics, and henceforth on the basis of this you also attempted one of the questions shared by Farah on the group, that what actually who would be an applied psychometrician who would be working like practicing or practicalizing the theory into the reality. Next. Then later on, we discussed about what all are the scopes and the application areas where we can apply the psychometric technique. So we got to know that it is available in the school. It can be used in forensics, the defense, the environment, one of some of the areas where we can apply it. Next. Later on, we discussed about how it has been applied in the industry, and majorly we discussed about the corporate sector. Next, we discussed about the Johari window, the competency mapping, where we discuss how the competency mapping helps the managers, the employers, and the organization in identifying their niche and the area of focus. Next. Next. Yeah, so here was this personal effectiveness scale. I have also uploaded the document to all of you, so you all might have gone through the scale part. So quickly, Farah, please go to the slide on which you can find out the scale.
Ma'am, it is there in the slide or in the Google Classroom?
In the slide, next slide,
Okay.
next slide. Yeah, thank you. So here it is, the slide says, so as we were supposed to discuss this, so okay, so first item we discussed about the all the four Zohri window area. One was the openness, the arena, the blind, the facade, and the last part is anyone? Hello. Yeah,
Unknown.
yeah, unknown. So we would be discussing identifying these four areas in all these items, because on the basis of these theory we have the items are being formulated. So anyone would like to mention about the first item, what it would be? Because we won't be like, if I would have started earlier, but I couldn't, so we could have time to discuss all 15 items. So we will be quickly taking some random items to discuss what all it is talking about. So like first item, can any of you would like to mention what it says, which part, which Zohri window area it would be covering?
I think the facade, the
Yeah.
that part known to the self, not known to others.
Closed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Okay, that day I asked about item number 9. I
Yes.
still have the question on 9. Can anyone would like to answer? Because that item is a quite tricky one. The reason I asked all of you for this item is 9th item. Anyone? Anjali, you would like to answer item 9?
I am still thinking. I think it could be facade or maybe unknown. I'm not sure. Is it a facade? Because like on one side, I deliberately it is saying that that the person is trying to know about them.
Okay.
So um like trying to observe others, but
Hmm.
basically they are trying to see that how they are going to respond, means they are being self-aware in a
Okay.
way.
Anyone else?
Maybe it's the blind window that you want to open up to the person, but you don't want to do it in a manner that that person gets offended. So you're trying to test the water whether it is something the person is open to. So it's in a form of a feedback to that person. This is what I think.
That's for sure. It is a feedback. That is true. That it's a feedback.
Then again,
But
it's also perceptiveness. If we talk about personal
They
effect,
are both actually. I think it's quadrant 2 and 3.
it's very arena and the facade somehow.
yeah, so because sometimes it happens with all of us when you are formulating certain items, and because when you are in the process of standardization, we often go through the reliability and the validity procedure. We go by the face validity, we also go by the like expert rankings also. So it usually happen, the item which appears to us, which is following certain sort of construct, but somehow it is associated with some other constructs also. So we always go by the definition says. Whatever the definition of certain construct is explaining, we need to apply that same definition on the particular item to identify whether it is following this construct or not. So yes, initially you mentioned that it is a facade. So yes, it is an item that could be, not could be, it is an item of facade only. But sometimes it appears to you it is an arena option as well. So we will be going by the definition only, that what facade says and what arena says. Okay, so I hope you all are able to understand what we were trying to do in our last class. Any of you have any problem in any of the item, like you wanted to discuss about it in the class? So any other problem, any other item you felt like it could be any of the four, or you are getting confused which item is following which area?
Ma'am, there is anything which is being from the last quadrant were not known to anybody. I did not find any of them.
Is it possible that if you are applying a theory and you might apply it like in a halfway, is it
Ma'am,
possible?
actually, see, the theory talks about three things in this. It
Hmm.
talks about perceptiveness, then feedback, and
Hmm.
then one more thing was there.
Openness.
Oh, yes, openness.
Hmm.
So these three things would be considered in first three quadrants. Fourth quadrant does not require the thing.
So if you have gone through the whole module I shared with you,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
PDF, you
Yes.
will easily find out that they have clearly mentioned that they are like focusing on these three areas majorly.
Yes.
So
And basically it is arena part which is most important to be understood with this.
because that's what actually visible.
Hmm.
जो बिकता है वही वही ना जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. It
Hmm.
we always say na, even you like a person who is attractive in a way, right?
Hmm.
Every time we observe a person by their physical appearance only, even if what is the utility of it or not, it is very utility. Like for example, you might have seen Neeta Ambani carrying a small doll purse. You might have noticed that recently there was a function happened. If you are into this fashion or
Glamour.
yeah, so you might have seen that there was a small doll purse. It was very costly. It was, I couldn't find out a better, like, not, I won't even want to mention a better, but it was like what could be of use of this small purse that you want to like you can't even carry your essentials into it.
Hmm.
But but that's what we want to show to the world, because it was really costly and it was of pearls added. So it, the beautification and also the element it holds,
Hmm.
right? So that's the same thing happens when you are working in the organizational sector. We all are into, we have worked with the teams. Social
Hmm.
loafing works everywhere. There are people who are social loafers,
Hmm.
right? They get credit because they are a part of the team, but
Yes.
their personal effectiveness is very less. So here, this scale is widely being used to identify how much effective you find yourself in the area.
Hmm.
Sorry, if you wish to do a study using this personal effectiveness scale, so I would suggest you may go with the certain sort of the team spirit related, or how much communication or how much the leadership has been as a trait in a person. You can identify like how, if this person, how much effective this person is,
Hmm.
right, in a team, how this team is working, because this is a self-administered scale. So you can administrate on yourself. If you want other people, they can also do so. So this could be an idea of doing a small research on this area, and that's what actually has been also done in like, because this scale come in 2019 and recent study was in 2021, was done by some I forgot the name of the corporate sector, and they did this study with their recruiting and selecting team. They did this study with their selecting and recruiting team. The henceforth they find out that this scale is giving them a very good notion about how much the team spirit, how much a group is being effective, because not only this single scale was applied, there was some other scales also which were administered, but this was one of the component. So yes, you can utilize this scale as well in this way. Okay,
Hmm.
so anything else, anyone? I hope I was able to answer your query.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, one more thing I want to add to this discussion is like while counseling or in any kind of psychotherapy, if we talk about, so basically, if we see from the perspective of Johari window and all the four quadrants, what we aim to do in a counseling is to reduce the areas of blind and the facade, and make the most of the personality. We try to take it into the first quadrant, that is arena, in which that is open to all, basically. Like, so that is the main thing that will actually help. If that is more, and all the blind things and the facade things are less, that can help in a person to develop a what I can say, like a proper personality, like a personality which is adaptable and can live a better life, like that. So just wanted to add this point. That's why I think, like, for normal person, it is important that we have more percentage of our personality in that arena quadrant.
Yeah, I too agree on this part of the mentioned part. That could be think of in this way as well, because I thought it in the way of the personal
Yeah.
development only. Yeah, so this could be taken care as well. But like, if you are one of the person who has constructed a questionnaire, so why don't you want a person to mention regarding their unknown parts as well? Like, in the counseling, we usually try to explore something that is unexplored, na?
No. What I was trying to say is basically, like, why in this scale they have focused more on that. That's what I meant. Like, because usually in a normal personality, or not like normal in the sense that a personality which is more adaptable to their surroundings, what we try from a, like, the purpose of counseling is to reduce the things of the personality which are especially in blind quadrant, and make we basically try to expand that boundary. That's how it is explained. Like, expanding the boundary of arena is the goal of counseling also, and
Oh,
counselor basically
yeah.
helps them to do that. So
Yeah, yeah,
that,
that could be like bringing on to the parts of the openness, bringing them to
open.
the light, like
Yeah,
from
yeah,
what was hidden to the something that is
yeah.
more
Or
vibrant, more open.
like more of a facade or more of a
Hmm.
blind things can create more of conflicts in their life.
Hmm.
That's what.
Yeah, so it's on us how we utilize
Yeah,
certain tools,
exactly.
how you identify its constructs, and how you make best use of it is on us. So that's a role of applied psychometrician. You There are so many tools available which are standardized, and they have, like, it's something very much related to the mental sets also, na? We sometimes it happens to us, na, ki, like, you are using certain things which are not meant to be for that, but you are utilizing, like, for example, you are not having electricity, so the books are supposed to be used to read, but you are using it for fanning also. So it's like how you utilize things around you, how you make best use of the resources available to you. So yes, you can think of this in this way as well. That's actually a very wonderful point to think. Anyone else would like to contribute, or anything you want to mention?
I think this can be used as a tool for 360-degree appraisal, where you have somebody in mind and you're actually rating that person. Like, I was just looking at it, I find that quite interesting. Like, I find it difficult to be frank with people unless I know that person very well. You can put Mr. Sharma there and then you can rate him. It would be very interesting to see that he's rated himself, his senior, junior, customer, colleague have also rated him. That could make a very interesting study, I think, for an organization.
So that could be very much similar to what we do in sociometry, isn't it?
Yes, but this is, see, here you're actually giving situations. And they are really the real life situations that can be highlighted. So, there's a lot of work that can go into the training then. Once that is done, it can be used for appraisals like, self-reflection and behavioral appraisal. And it can also be used for training, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a very nice idea. So this is asking something in chat box. How this scale is related to personality, or the personality types of this is restricted to organization setup. So Sukhsiddhi, so everyone, Sukhsiddhi has asked this question: how this scale is related to the personality or the personality types of, or this is restricted to organization setup. So yes, Sukhsiddhi, that's what we mentioned. It is not restricted to this only, but because the Johari window concept of Johari window is much more related to the OB HRD part. Hence what we focused in the industry area. Like if you are utilizing in some of the further slides, we would be using school attitude scale, or there are certain scales also. So it's just that we are focusing on that area, so it is not restricted to that. Also, like Dr. Nimrit and Anjali have mentioned, that how can you utilize it in identifying uh, in the area of counseling also, or how you will be able to identify a person's persona of personality, how they are and how the people look to them, right? So yes, you can utilize it in the various way. So Farah, can you please switch like next? Okay, so now we will be coming up with WHOQOL, that is World Health Organization Quality of Life Scale. So you can also open this. I have given you two documents. One contains, in which I guess all are written in the small letter. It is all about the psychometric properties of World Health Organization Quality of Life Scale brief, and also of 100 items wala. And the other is the administration norms procedure is also being provided to you in the document, so you can follow side by side with the document. So WHOQOL 100 quality of life assessment was developed by the WHOQOL group with 15 international field centers. So basically what happened, this World Health Organization quality of life scale, we would be focusing on the psychometric properties of how this scale is talking about the spirituality, it's talking about the environment, talking about the humanity, certain areas which define the quality of life. So we would be focusing more on the brief skill, because that is very quick to do. I couldn't find out that 100 wala scheme. So that is the part we would be doing on the brief. Okay. So it is an attempt to develop quality of the assessment that would be applicable cross-culturally. So yes, you can utilize it in the various cultures. Also, this quality of life is defined as individuals' perception of their positions in life in the context of the culture and value systems in which they live, and in relations to their goals, expectations, standards, and the concerns. So, quality of life, these are certain, I would say, the factors on the basis of which quality of life has been defined. So, as per you, if I would have asked you, so what are the factors you would have mentioned that would define quality of life?
Physical health, relationship, work, uh,
Okay,
yeah, what else?
okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, I've seen another scale. It's not WHO scale. It's
Hmm.
another scale where the person has tried to put up everything in the basis of satisfaction and dissatisfaction.
Okay.
So like WHO is, when you do this WHO scale, it basically will draw you towards your illness type concern and there. Okay, so you will be my meaning is that these all scales talk about your quality of life based on health.
Hmm.
Okay. And I was looking for a scale which was not concerned with that kind of thing, and there I landed up with that scale where she has put up many things in that questionnaire. And I think so 5 point is there of satisfaction and dissatisfaction till there.
It would be great if you could share it with us in the group as well,
Yes,
so
ma'am,
that we can also follow.
I'll share it, that one.
Hmm.
So it is a foreign scale, okay, but it can be used. She said that it can be used by anybody. So based
Okay.
on that, she said, how can we say things on what things we feel satisfied, that much good we are, or that much quality of life we are living in. That is the concept with that scale.
Okay. So one question I would like to raise to you, Miss Varsha.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you mentioned about the satisfaction. Is quality of life associated with the life satisfaction?
Yes, ma'am. I will say yes. Quality of life does looks towards how satisfied you are. One example I'll give. I attended one of the conferences where sir was talking about how much happy we are. Okay. So how will we say? So he gave an example. He had been working in one of the very best institute, and one of the best post he was there. Okay. And he said, every day I will dress up well, I will go to my office and be there, okay, and I'll work for whole day and then come back, and then yes, I get a good fat salary, and then yes, I say I am happy. Yes. But one day what I saw is a rickshaw pulling man is there, and it is evening 4 o'clock. 6 o'clock he closes his job, so it was evening 4 o'clock, and he has kept his rickshaw and he was sitting quietly and enjoying. So sir went and asked him, you have got 2 more hours to work, why don't you go and earn more money and then make your family happy and good? He said, this rickshawala said that, sir, today's work is over, I have got 600 rupees, that much is my aim for every day, and I have done it, and I'm happy with that. I'll go, I'll buy food, I'll have it, and I'll enjoy it, and I'll live. This is what my happiness is. And sir said, yes, this can be a definition. He is not interested to make a big bank balance or something like that. He is happy in what he is, and he know that is what is there. So if I can also relate this with satisfaction, my definition of satisfaction can be different from the other person, but yes, I am satisfied, so I did that much and I'm happy. So that, yes, to some extent I can say that yes, quality of life was that, and I argue it on with you because I was looking for that test, for that study. Okay, I was not, so when I landed up with WHOQL, and I was not happy when I read this questionnaire. Okay, and I was very happy when I saw their items, and my guide was saying that, why did you choose, you take this is easily, you can get this. I said, no, I'm not looking for this thing, I want, and I spent some time to search that thing. So I am fighting with you at today also.
I won't say it is a fight, it is actually brainstorming, it is actually the discussion which is the key of any of the class. Until unless there is an open discussion, you won't. I am also learning with you all. It's not like that only you people are learning. I am still into the phase. That's the reason I am here. I am also learning. So that's actually one of the good points you mentioned. So yes, I would surely agree with you. I really want to see the study that you are mentioning. So it would be great for all of us if you could share it with us in the
I have
group.
not completed that study only, ma'am. I have to do it. I don't get time
Okay.
to do that.
Okay, so still you are in the process, it's all right. So once you are done, we all would like to read that for you. Okay, so it
Yes,
would
ma'am.
be great if we could get a chance to see what all you have covered. Okay. So but let's get back to what we were discussing. So this World Health Organization, because see what happened, this WHO has given a definition of health. Have you ever read about this definition of health? What is
Yes,
health
ma'am.
as per WHO? What it is?
WHO defines it as health is not mere absence of disease, but it means physical, mental, and social, and every kind of health which is being there.
Spiritual also there.
Yes, spiritual, everything should be there. It's not just a disease. No disease means does not mean that you are healthy.
So on the same context, they have developed this scale. Okay, so again, the same point which I said earlier, I am going to repeat. It totally depends on what construct or what problem you are focusing, and on the basis of that, you are supposed to create items. Farah, please on the next slide. Okay, so this later on this brief scale came into place because 100 items scale was very difficult. Like it happens with us. If you have noticed the MMPIs, MMPI is a very good, but it is very long. You can't do it in one setting. You need two settings to complete it, and it gets difficult and worse if the client is uninterested. So in the same manner, we can say this brief scale is quite handy. So this WHOQOL 100 only allows detailed assessment of each individual facets relating to the quality of life. Again, quality of life, the perspectives put forth by WHO in the definition of health. So in certain instances, however, the WHOQL may be too lengthy, like I have already mentioned, for practical use. So this brief field trial version has therefore been developed to provide a short form quality of life assessment that looks at domain level profiles using data from the pilot WHOQL assessment and all available data from the field that trial version of the WHOQOL 100. So what they did, they just utilized the data they collected during their pilot project. So they have just utilized that data to construct a small version of that scale. So you might have noticed now there are certain brief versions, brief, very small scale. We are learning because we all have completed our post graduation. So we have learned one thing, like if we go by the book's language, how reliability is affected. I i hope you all remember this question from your studies, right? How reliability of a scale is affected. So there were supposed to be certain factors, and one of the factor was the length of the scale, the length of the test. Yes or no? Have you remember like ऐसा
Yes,
कुछ?
Yes,
ma'am.
yes,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
time
You
consuming
were
it
you
is. Right.
yeah. So it was supposed to be wait a while, just there is some chat section also. Okay, so Sukh Siddhi and Nimrit madam, you have mentioned about the personal growth, mental health, and the aspiration. And Sukh Siddhi has mentioned about the professional satisfaction and general health. Yes. So, but that if you would have constructed a quality of life scale, you would have defined all these definition under your quality of life definition, and then you would have focused on those certain items and the areas. But because WHO is specifically to the health and the definition, so they are limited to those certain areas. So that's what how these items is constructed. And then when we talk about this brief scale, so I was talking about the reliability part, and we always mention longer the scale, longer the test, the reliability would be maximum. Then how could you think that a smaller version would be reliable enough? Anyone would like to say on this? Like because we have every time we studied. So why, how could be a smaller scale with a very few items could be a very good, a reliable measure, a standardized measure, like in this brief scale, this is only of 24, 25 items only. From they have reduced from 100 items to 24, 25 items only. So anyone? Any point on this? Farah, can you just jump to the questionnaire so that everyone can see? Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, just stop. So this is actually the scale. You have this with you in the PDF format as well. If you're not able to view it in this presentation, you can also have the access to the PDF. So just let me know how 100 item scale, which was reliable, valid, standardized, and everything, could be converted, and you can think of it as a reliable measurement. Jabki we have already studied, longer the test, longer the scale, it is reliable. Anyone?
By doing factor analysis?
Nah, we always do that. So
So,
we do so PCA, the principal component analysis, we do so
mhm.
that we can identify the factors, and whichever the items are
Yeah.
giving the confidence of those particular factors, we chose them. So that's true. Then why it is always being mentioned na, ki more the merrier, more items in the scale, it would be great or it would be reliable.
Ma'am, no doubt. The more the scale is longer, it will be reliable because you are correcting evidence from number of questions that is showing the same answers. So we can relate that whether the person is just bluffing the answers or really he's sitting and then answering it for the purpose. Whereas in shorter scale, it is the benefit of shorter scale is that, ma'am, person will see it is less, so he will give time and do the thing, okay. And he will sincerely do 100 after 20 questions. He feels, oh, so much tiring. So he will, after 20 question, it is all just whatever, mark it and finish it off and submit it. It's something like that.
Okay, so anyone here who has ever tried with MMPI? Like, have you, I guess Dr. Nimrit, are you there?
Yeah.
You might have used MMPI.
Yeah, I've used a long version only. We use
Okay.
it clinically all the time, but now we use that MCMI, which is a little shorter, but it gives you very different this. But I think I mean to respond to this, the thing that comes to my mind is if there is an internal consistency of the items, then it would give us in fewer questions, it would give you more I don't know, more clarity and more, it would be more reliable also. So it is a very tricky thing to do actually, to shorten a scale. It just gives you predictable, it can predict the thing for you. It may not give you a complete picture. It's like reading a synopsis and reading a book. They are very different things. So
Okay.
I want to hear from you what you have. Solve the puzzle now for us.
No, I am not going to solve this puzzle because this is one of the question of your assignment. Okay. So just because I'm supposed to give you assignment also, so I just thought of asking you this question so that you have time to think about it, how you are supposed to write the answer of this question. By the time, let me read. Sukhsiti has mentioned like GHQ 60 has various versions, like GHQ 28 and GHQ 12, right? Farah has mentioned, ma'am, reliability also depends on sample size or how much data we are collecting to make informed judgment. Uh, yeah, so that's true, Farah. That's also right, because because the reliability concept you are talking about is more on the part of the normal probability it is following, the normal distribution, not normal probability, the normal distribution it is following. Because more, you might have seen the NPC curve. Once you draw the NPC curve, we usually see, we check for the normality. And when the item, when the sample size is large, your NPCs, like 99% chances are there that it would go with the normal distribution. So yeah, that's so okay, but you need to answer this question in your assignment. So I am not going to help you with that. Farah, the presentation is not visible.
Yes, I'm just there is a network problem, ma'am. Just give me 1 minute.
I too was facing the same. Na? Just so this is one of the question. Okay, let me help you with one thing. Uh, when we form certain items and we identify it through the factor analysis, and we got to know that this certain items are explaining this factor, and that's how we chose these items as one of the for the brief scale version. But how it is affecting reliability, that you need to answer. I can only answer you with this part. Yes, when you identify certain factors and when we are able to identify this percentage of items are able to explain this construct, then we clubbed it under that factor. But how it is affecting the reliability, how it has been calculated, that you need to identify. You can also find answer to this question. I can tell you the books as well if you want, or you can also search for it as you wish.
Can
Okay.
tell ma'am book.
Okay, so for the book you can go for the book by Aaron book or Cohen. You can find out the answers in these both the books. If you don't have this book, no need to purchase. These books are freely available on Google. You can identify these books very easily. Also, this answer can be find out in yeah, one more book. I'll try to upload it. I am not able to. Discovering statistics also. You can identify in that as well.
Discovering statistics
Discovering statistics.
by whom, ma'am?
Discovering statistics by Andy Field. This is a very popular book. Professor Andy Field is known for is a Due professor. That's a wonderful book. If you really want to study in a thorough manner, you can follow that book. And you can also go for the book that has been like in our earlier classes, we got a book from Sir only. It was authored by Sir, and it is on the questionnaire construction, etc. That is also very good. You can follow that book as well.
Name of the book, ma'am?
But that I need
Ma'am,
to ask.
I'll send it. I send it, ma'am. The
Please.
book by sir. Yeah.
Yeah, the book by Sir, because when I used to be part of first applied psychometric course, so in that we utilize that book a lot, and I find the book personally, I find the book very interesting to read. So you can also get the book, the pictures of that pages from the book. Sir will provide or Farah will provide. That's actually very
Ma'am,
good.
it is on Amazon, so they have to purchase it.
Acha, okay. So that time I was a privileged one, then I said. So because I got it from Sir. Okay. So yeah, so we all have noticed the items. So are you all able to open the items with you all? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
WHOQ all. So just open these items. Uh, the 16th item. Can you see the item? 16th. You can
How
easily find this.
satisfied? This one?
Yes,
How
yes.
satisfied
Yeah.
you are with your sleep?
Yes. You
Okay.
can easily find the scale with you in the PDF, like the class, the GCR also. So you can have the access through that if you are not able to view it properly in the screen. Huh. So how satisfied are you with your sleep? Has everyone can see this item? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what do you think this item is trying to ask you, trying to gather data from you? Can you measure your sleep? Is sleep related to quality of life? Varsha ji, you mentioned that life, quality of life is more related to how satisfied with your life.
Yes,
Then the
sleep is
sleep,
also important thing, ma'am.
so then the
Actually, if you
physical
want
health.
to see the best ad of there was a corporate person who was doing whole of the night work, and then in the morning he wanted to toast the bread. Okay, and after the bread was toasted and it popped up, his CD was coming out of that. Okay, so that is what if you don't have a sleep. Okay, so sleep is that important and you should feel that satisfaction. Suppose you are not feeling well. Okay, so let me say you are depressed and you don't have a good sleep. Leave depression. Let me say you have disturbed sleep because some noise happened or something happened. So in the morning you feel, oh, I did not sleep well, how will I do my work? Or you don't want to get up, or you don't hear the alarm that day. Okay, and your whole day goes upside down. So that is what is a sleep is that important, and you should feel satisfied. Even if you sleep for 2 hours also, but if you have slept very well also, you will be able to manage the next day very well.
So because this scale is cross-cultured, that is a culture, because this is not limited to any sort of culture, henceforth the items are neutral in nature. And because the items are neutral and which are widely accepted, and you can also find this data and how it has been interpreted in the document given to you, because I have gone through this document also. So the hypothetical structure like of these, it has constructed on the 6 domains, the 6 areas. So you can find out the table as also available in the document. So these 6 domains, like for each domain, one of the model has been assumed that there is only one factor upon which all facets are being proven. Okay, that's what the hypothesis has been built on, which these items or this scale has been built upon. And you can easily find out if you are able to open. Have you all checked out the PDF, or you are having it open with you? Like, can you see the pictures,
Yes.
table number 2.2, 2.3 tables? Can you check out the table 2.1, 2.3?
It says 2.1 says that it is data upon trial, data available on the field trial version of the WHOQOL 100.
And then 2.2 talks about the domains.
Yes, domains. It talks about the domains.
Okay, so that's how we usually try to factorize on the basis of, because these factors are only the process in the process of the factorization only. And that's how these are the 6 domains. Okay, everyone is able to see, or shall I present my screen? Farah, can you allow me to present the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that I can show them the scale if everyone is not able to visualize it. Just a last thing for the class, don't worry, but I'll be covering up quickly.
Sorry, Ayushi, but it's already past 9. I have another class to catch up. So maybe another 5 minutes I'll have to leave.
And just within 5 minutes, I'm winding up.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, because that was on my mistake, because I couldn't got a very good network connectivity, and henceforth I left in between. So
No,
you
that's
all
okay.
can see. Okay, so this PC, that was I principal component analysis, the confirmatory factor analysis of the WHOQOL 100 structure. You can find out here in 2.2. This is the comparative fit indices for structure equations modeling, that is SEM, we usually say, of the 6 WHOQOL 100 domains. So these were the domains of overall quality of life, the facets on the physical domain, because I have already mentioned about the domains, the physical domain, psychological domains, independence, social relates, and the environment area. So these areas and all the comparison fit indices, which shows that how much data sets are were fitted into these factors. Later on, you can identify the psychometric property further in we will be further discussing this discriminant validity, etc., in our other classes. So I'm not coming up with this. I just wanted to show you some other areas as well. Mhm. Yeah, here it is. So we all are aware about the concept of internal consistency and the term we were talking about why certain questions were taken out just for the brief versions. So as Dr. Nimrit, if I remember correctly, has mentioned that internal consistency stood the like plays the role, right? If I'm not mistaken, you
Yes,
were the one.
yes, yes.
So yes, that's one of the answer or one of the point that need to be focused while you are extracting items for a brief version. So here in the physical area, the areas are pain, energy, and sleep. So majorly those items which were focusing and giving more percentage of fitness on these domains were chosen, like on the pain, as you have already seen the item number 16, which talks about sleep because it is covering the domain of physical. Similarly, there is for the psychological, it is there are certain things, esteem, body, for level of independence. The other items are there. You can easily find out this scale and you can go through the study because we are already running short of time. One more thing I wanted to show is just uh, yeah. So this chapter 4, you all need to not chapter 4, the further chapter for the brief scale. You can easily find out the brief scale construction in this. So I really want all of you to give it a read how these items were constructed. Okay. So this could be a small homework from my end for all of you. Yeah. One more thing, that is development of the response scales. So how we make that in what way the response is supposed to be gathered. So it is based on the prepared, like in this the response skills would be prepared in the language of the new center because they were into the procedure, like the centers were having the trial projects, etc. So on the basis of that they constructed this item. So this they ensure that metric equivalence in response scales they were already have been identified by the earlier field centers, and henceforth they have this anchor point, descriptor, and anchor point. You can see like 3/4, 75%. These are certain areas of marking of the response sheet while you are processing on the questionnaire construction. We take care of. Okay, so you can give it a read because I have overcrossed the 5 minutes deadline given to me. Okay, so yeah, let me just stop sharing. Is the screen sharing off? Yeah. Hello, Farah. Can you
Yes,
please,
ma'am.
yeah, because it's already been time and has been mentioned to me. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Wrap up. Ma'am, you have to make me host.
Yes, you are now. Yes, Farah. Okay. So this part of statistical analysis has been taken by Farah. You need to just okay. I'll provide the link of the scale of the paper, research paper also for you to study because I was supposed to discuss the statistical analysis as well. Farah, we cover this part in our the upcoming class?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Because it's too late for students now.
Yeah. Yes. That's already been mentioned. Right?
So can I stop sharing, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So ma'am, you can wrap up now.
Okay, everyone. So, any of the point you want to mention? Anyone who are left with us at the end? Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
Anjali, Swat.
Yes, ma'am,
Anyone?
I just had
Any
a
question? Any
ma'am, a small
question?
question, but it's about the assignments actually. The last one that we did not submit, do we have to submit it now along with this one?
Yeah, you can submit the. See,
Okay.
that was not assignment. It was just a
Where the
classroom
confusion
activity.
was, yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it was not an assignment. I told you that won't be counted because there are certain marks would be given to you for the assignment.
Right.
Okay,
Sure.
but because this is not a part of your assignment, so it's up to you because one of your classmate has already submitted. Henceforth, I asked you also, please submit it so that it would look nicely on your card of
Ma'am,
GPA.
Totally.
how
That's
long
it.
we require, matlab, what is the deadline for submitting the assignment?
See, I will be uploading assignment this Saturday, and you will get Farah. How much time I can give
Yeah.
for the?
So students, we have assigned your assignment date. Like usually we give assignments on weekend because all are professionals and you all are busy. So like if we upload the assignment on Saturday, then we give you like for 3 days, like till Wednesday, you have to, complete your assignment till Wednesday. So 3-4 days are enough for the assignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the date would be uploaded with that. See,
Yeah,
I
due date we always upload. Yeah, we always show that is also there in the Google Classroom along with assignment.
yeah, so that will be there. But see, assignment. Okay, because you are in the course, so yes, there are certain rules you need to follow. You need to submit assignments to be eligible to get certificate, etc. But the main motto is learning. The main motto is to think like an applied psychometrician. And I really want you all to start think in the way, like whenever you seek any questionnaire, to think what theory this questionnaire is trying to talk about. What part of construct we can, if you would have been a questionnaire, like you, if you were the constructor of this questionnaire, so what you would have assigned this under which factor? Okay, so that is the area, that is the niche you need to find out within you. So that's the motto. I really wish I, that's what is the change I have seen so far within me. Okay. So any question from the class today? Anyone, like how to identify the factors, etc. Anyone? So shall we wind up? Okay. Thank you so much, Sukhsiddhi, for being there. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you, Swati. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Varsha ji. Thank you, Farah, for being there and with us. So we'll be joining on Saturday, on Friday, and I request you, Farah, to share the meeting link a little prior to me so that I may check with the internet connectivity earlier.
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
sent you the link. Yeah, I sent you the link. I think around.
So that because it got very difficult for me to join. I don't know what happened today, and I'm
Yes,
really
ma'am.
very
I
sorry for
sent
that.
you the link. I think at 7:50, but I
Yeah,
don't know what happened. I think network problem. I think
yeah,
you were facing network problem.
yeah. Okay. So can we close it now, Farah? Anything else
Yes,
from your
ma'am.
end?
Sure, 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 sure.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye, everyone. Take care. Good night.
Bye, ma'am. Good night.
Bye, ma'am.
Good night.